and that's what we're talking about here. Blockchain really has opened the door for people to really be involved, and not just in a philosophical way, like real tangible, hey, I can put my money and my time and my energy and my education into this, and I can really be part of what's going to happen in the future.
Right. And speaking of the money piece of it, I mean, as long as there's the security protocols and just really a trusted platform for you to put your money on, I think that would be huge.
Well,
People.
And that's kind of what we have. That was the first step in blockchain, was developing its first application. So I always think of blockchain as like an operating system, just like iOS with Apple, or whatever Samsung uses with their technologies, Windows,
right.
Apple, whatever operating system you're using. I think of that as a blockchain. So what we're talking about now is what was the first app that was developed on that operating system called blockchain, and that was Bitcoin. So that's the next rabbit hole that we have to jump down, because Bitcoin really was the first use case for blockchain technology that made sense and grew legs.
And Bitcoin, and I've heard a lot about Bitcoin. I mean, I've never really went down the whole rabbit hole of it yet, per se. I've heard a lot of good things. However, I really don't know what it is. Broad picture of it, I've heard the name, but what is it?
Well, Michael just pull up a nice shiny little image of it right there. But for our listeners, Bitcoin is something that I think should be celebrated, and with that, I think we ought to do a shot to celebrate.
Let's get it.
I'm not going to say what this is because we're not getting paid for that, but just know that it's pretty good. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a quick little shot or drink, whatever you want to call it, in celebration of what Bitcoin, really the invention of Bitcoin. And I think as we go through it here, I think you're going to understand why the invention was so critical to everything that's what's happening right now. Even though blockchain really was the real invention.
I think Michael needs to do one too, though.
I don't know. He might mess up our buttons
all
back
these
there.
Camera angles are going to start getting really funky.
You just tell me when there, Chris.
I'm good.
All right, so Bitcoin.
It smells good.
All right, here's the blockchain and Bitcoin. Ooh. Tasty.
Little apple.
Okay, so do you know everything you want to know about blockchain? Is there anything that you don't understand that you feel like you need to?
I think relating it back to the cell phone piece and the app world and all that and the internet, I think that's kind of solved the question for me. Just gave me a better outlook on it.
Yeah, and
relating to like Bitcoin as an app and the first app, and then whatever apps come after that.
I think it's just a real simple way to think about it. I mean, because when I first heard of Bitcoin first, and it was some period of time after that, probably over a year after that, before I even knew what blockchain was. And here I had that completely backwards. Like I should have been thinking about, well, what's making this Bitcoin thing work?
And I heard about Bitcoin about, I don't know, 4 years ago, maybe 5. And I mean, you can make money from it. And I'm like, that's cool, but I've never heard of it from before. So what does it mean to me?
Well, I'm going to give you let me give you my,
and going to blockchain, I just started to hear about blockchain.
Today.
today.
Well, okay. So, is there anything you don't understand about it?
I
right
think
now?
we're- I
Do you
think
have a
we're-
kind of an understanding about.
I'll probably have more questions, but and that's for future episodes.
Yeah. I mean, just getting a general understanding. Okay, what?
I think relating it to the app world, that really
Sinks it
cultivates
in
with
for
me.
you.
And
so-
I think it will help a lot of people out there, just because most people have a smartphone. They know what an app world is on their smartphone. They know how to download an app,
All right.
and hopefully down the road, that's how it will be for Bitcoin or whatever the next.
Well, yeah,
app is.
that's what I'm hoping, we can accomplish here. So, along comes and
So Bitcoin. My
Bitcoin.
first question: what is it? Why was it created as an app on the blockchain? And what is it going to do for me?
what is it going to do for you?
That who, what, why?
All right, so basically, Bitcoin was developed, I think, as a big fuck you to the banks.
Awesome.
Honestly, I think it was a bunch of really smart, geeky, intelligent individuals, developers, that maybe had a libertarian type of feel about
Went NWA on the.
kind of went NWA on them. Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, just basically like, hey, and I'm not even sure they really knew like what was going to happen down the road with it. But I think that they just saw blockchain as a way to be able to say, oh, we can put our money on this and we can make this work. And we can make it work without the government, without the banks, without anybody getting in our way. We can transact between each other without anybody being involved. So this all got started.
With no fees.
Well, there's fees involved.
Okay.
That's maybe a myth there.
Would it be like comparable to like a Cash App, or
Sort of, but Cash App's centralized, right? Somebody's
Right.
controlling that. So any fees that are involved in Cash App and the use of Cash App goes to a company or a bank.
okay.
The difference with Bitcoin, let me back up. Let me, again, read you the official, because I think it's kind of important. And I maybe I'm a little weird about this, but I do believe that we'll put the link in the description of the videos down below. But I think it's important for everybody to read the Bitcoin white paper, at least the theory and the reason for it becoming in existence. It's written into the white paper. So we'll put a link down there. I think everybody should read that so they have a basic understanding of where all this started from. But I'm going to read the definition. A purely peer-to-peer version of electric cash would allow online payments to be sent directly from one party to another without going through a financial institution utilizing blockchain technology. All right, so that's basically in the white paper. It's an electronic payment system based on cryptography, proof instead of trust, allowing any two willing parties to transact directly with each other without the need for a trusted third party, trustless, borderless, and decentralized way of transacting, and a digital store of value, i.e. digital gold. I put that part in there because that's kind of what it's being used for now. But backing up, it's a peer-to-peer payment system. That's what Bitcoin was designed to be. That's, again, going back to the big fuck you to the banks. That's basically what it is. Hey, I don't need a bank for me to send you money. And the people that do benefit from that are the people that are spending their time validating those transactions on the blockchain. So those are the people that get rewarded in the form of transaction fees, not a bank or, whatever, some greedy third party. So it's really the community governing itself and benefiting from it. So it's that's Bitcoin in a nutshell. It was designed to be a payment system. like a PayPal, Cash App, all those, except for it's decentralized, autonomous, borderless, trustless, all those things that the blockchain gives you. Bitcoin just is able to take advantage of that technology for financial transactions. And that changed the game big time.